Or get your mats if you're going to do some stretch outs. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Stand up if you're walking in place. Get your chair if you're going to do some chair exercises. Get weights if you're just going to do weight exercises. Jump on your bike. Start your treadmill.
Power on.
Yeah, y'all. Thanks for coming on a walk. Hey. Let's see what the music, if I can fade out. Oh, I just did a fade. Okay, y'all. It's been raining off and on all day. I just want y'all to know ahead of time. It has been raining off and on all day. But not so stiff me. No, not so stiff. But we just started. Thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. That's what I just realized. I'll tell y'all when I get back. I ain't got no lipstick on. I need my lipstick to work out. Everybody got their crutch. This is my crutch. When I tell y'all why I'm forgetting stuff, you'll see. Yeah, ooh, I always wore my lipstick to all my workouts. I think they stop your lips from getting so chapped and stuff. Yeah, y'all. Sister is feeling good. Yes. Oh, okay, so Ron sent me a text. Ron Jackson, the guitarist. 6-string guitar, world renowned. And he has a show on YouTube, which I've watched. I did tell y'all what I've been doing lately is after the workout and everything, you know, I relax, play a few games and such. And on the times I really want to relax, I go to Ron's page, Ron Jackson, and I pull up one of his concerts, his live concerts, and I feel like I'm there. So he contacted me to be on his program on YouTube. I said, yes, we got to do it in June, because I got to get through this 40 minutes, honey. We coming down to the wire. I got to make sure the way is clear to go on, because for me, walking with y'all, thank you subscribers, thank you FB. I forgot to mention my friend Joan on FB, who supports me, and I hope she's working out with me. Makes me feel so good. And of course, got my YouTube subscribers. I can feel y'all. Honey, I know when you exercise by yourself. Y'all go back to the first season. First season, first year. Second year. So I know. Hold on, y'all. One more again. I'm cutting my hair this weekend. I'm cutting my hair. I'm shaving it off. But I had to wait to the last frost. Because it's a lot, y'all. Okay. I'm sharing this hair this weekend as if I was a sheep. I don't want to see nothing but feeling the breeze on my head. That's why I have to wait till after the frost. If not, I can cause myself some complications. So yeah, all y'all, thanks for coming on the walk. I noticed the other day, 88 people. Y'all know what time it is? Oh, and I've been looking at the video. Okay, we ain't get to 5 minutes yet. I don't put too much on myself until we get to that 5 minutes. So, that makes you feel good. Like I tell you, I hear people run away from me. Oh, here she comes. She gonna ask you if you gonna work out. Hi, run. Oh, but I'm glad y'all here. And this 40-minute walk, like I tell you, it's making a difference. I just can't do it on and on and on because I got clothes I gotta wash, beds to turn, floors to sweep. I'm hoping I can get some really dusting going on. And I still gotta make room for that. Now, if I ever get to the point where I can hire me someone to come in once a day, we'd be rolling for 40 minutes every day. Because that the time that she cleans will be free time for me. Where even on my head I don't have to say, I got dust, got sweep, got run back, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, y'all. Oh, yeah. Let's stretch a little bit. Squeeze your gut. So, our topic is the Book of the Dead. It all made sense to me. When in my research about the concept for Africans in American theme park, I came across the Book of the Dead, the Egyptian book. What sense does it make? It don't got nothing to do with us. And then I ordered it. The excerpt or whatever they can translate from it, because it is an Egyptian book. And it was all about dying. And a lot of it was just like that novel y'all call the Bible. Say, what? Everything is to be prepared for the separation of matter and energy. Very little for life. You're living your life so you can die. Look at the dead. Now I'm like, oh, millennials. Oh. I wasn't warned. This knowledge y'all have, I didn't have. Because I'd have been up and out of my grandmother's cult and made my way through this life. But I didn't have the information that y'all have now. I was told how I was going to be struck down. Born of the devil and the sin and just horrible things. And then they went, but it's better in heaven. Well, how do you know? Anybody came back and told you? And that commandment that they write, first of all, millennials, all these cults are straight out of Africa. I keep telling y'all, the Africans came out, and in Europe, like the black swarm, for hundreds of years. Seems like this is what they use to control the Europeans and the European Africans. And when they got them off the throne and threw their ass in penal colonies all around this globe, they used it back on us because we had no memory. Remember, the first were prisoner of war, getting them out of Europe. Then everyone born after that, enslaved. So they can't make their way back to Europe, not Africa. They wasn't worried about us running back to Africa. They were worried about us running back to Europe. So, with that, they brought over the same form of grooming and mindfuckery that they used on the Europeans and the European Africans. Once enslaved, they just turned it around and used it back on us. The Book of the Dead. That's where all the ghosts, the boogeymen, the superstition, but all they are grooming mechanisms. They say free will, but they lie, because if it was free will, these cults would be empty. You're guilted. If you want to be close to your family, you have to stay in the church. I can tell you what I did. The minute I said enough of this, enough, I just cut off everybody in the family. I was like, no, I ain't got to tell you why. I'm not falling for this bullshit anymore. How I was groomed through that book that you only told certain sections of. I always waited for them to start at the first chapter and read straight through. And in 4 years, well, 3, going to my grandmother's Southern Baptist Church, they never started from the beginning and went straight through to the end. They just jumped around. Whatever suit their purposes. If they was mad at women, the scripture, spare the rod, spoil the child. And the women too, because you know women, they like children. So I figured, a few of them church sisters was fitting to go home and get lit up. Now I know the biggest one they did was a lot of teenagers in the church, besides my cousins and them. But what they used to do is, I lost my thought a minute because something came through. I had a flashback about the pastor's daughter, Joyce, and sitting in the pews next to her. But they used to talk about this guy. Oh, thanks for coming on the walk. I'll read your comment. Thanks for the love. I'll read your comment after when we take our break. The guy that the God told him to sacrifice, use as a sacrifice to the God. And thanks for the love. And the father got the son all prepared. Can you imagine how shitless, scared that boy was? Got him all ready to take a dagger and put it in his heart. And then at the last minute, the God said no. I remember hearing that bullshit. I was like, first when I heard it, I was scared. I was so young. I was like, oh my God, you gonna kill me? Thanks for the love. And then when I thought about it, I was like, that was grooming. That was telling us if we didn't show our ass up in that cult, if the God said to any of our parents, thanks for the love, I'll read your comments when we take a break. It was to show us that the parents can take our lives if the God tells them to. So I wasn't missing no church. I was scared. I was scared. So they said, like, if you miss the cult, then if the God went to your father, in my case, my grandmother, grandfather, and said, thanks for the love, and said, sacrifice her to me, they would have, I wouldn't be walking on this treadmill now. Very damaging book. Very damaging book. The Book of the Dead. I was shook. I was shook. And every time I heard that story, now I know it's grooming. Listen to what we tell you to do. If not, the God is going to give us the okay to unlife you. And then y'all wondering why all these little babies and kids are missing and coming up unlifed under the hands of the parent. Didn't y'all going around, according to that book, only men. Y'all remember, only men. The Jesus and the other group, only men. The women in that group, Jezebels, Ruths, Marys, Magdalenes, whores and losers. That's what the book says the women are. Get out those books, get out that book, millennials. That's where incels come from. Those are people who are celibate because they're creepy, because they listen to that Book of the Dead that tells them that you make humans' life miserable because they'll be happy and having little meals. Stay away from that book. Listen, put your foot down. Because once I put my foot down, my grandmother, she couldn't say anything. But she had me scared for so long that she would do something to me. Or the God would do something to me. Grooming. Grooming and incest. Now here's the big thing, y'all, about that book. There was this old drunk man, something about, we know what tsunamis is, but the bullshit in that book was, wiped out the whole freaking world. Millennials, pull out as fast as you can. And when the water went away, he and his family was so happy that he started drinking. And then a black African came in and saw him probably trying to rectum bandage some boy. And then he was so drunk, but he had just controlled the ark. So he said, all the children from you is going to be cursed, because you saw me trying to rectum banded boys. Or probably animals. It was the ark. So, that's how they say we are cursed. Because we saw an old drunk man probably sticking his dick in every animal, boy, worm, hole in the fucking ground. And because we saw that, then all black people were cursed. You know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. But it just tells you how nasty they are. Get out of it, millennials. It ain't got nothing to do with all those things they tell you about. It has everything to do with their penis. You know what the snake was? You know how disgusted I was when I put that together? throw up in my mouth. When I became adult enough to know what the snake was and what the men were snickering about, every time they thought, oh, the snake got the Eve. I was like, why are they laughing? That is so horrible. The snake is a penis, y'all. It's a penis. Probably Adam around there. And saying animals, trees. Probably trying to essay the snake. Oh. Oh, y'all. I beg you, millennial, don't fall for none of them cults. I done told y'all about the Muslim cult, where they blowing themselves up so they can have virgins in heaven, while on earth they selling the females in their family into the sex trade. Stay away from them cults. Whatever comes out their mouth is a lie, and their actions are always different. Whew. Yeah, y'all, I'm getting stiff now. Let's see who came on the walk. Yes, y'all. Hey, ASMR Queen, thanks for coming through. Yes, I remember you. Good to see you. Rehoboth Town. Oh, my hands are sweaty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Rehoboth Towns. And for ASMR Queen. Oh, you tell him I'm pretty too. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you. Thanks so much. And you guys are wonderful too, because you're giving me the energy to knock out this next 20 minutes. Because I know once I get upstairs, the legs don't hurt. The back is so happy. And everything. I'm just leaning over my hip too much. So I gotta take care of that. Yeah! So, let me tell you, millennials. In that Bible that came from the Book of the Dead, you see it has the King James Version. You ain't paying no attention. Who prints that book? Who gets money for the printing of that book? Well, old King James is dead, but his whole royal family is over there getting publishing money because there's rights reserved on that novel. And that's what you're following. This is a penal colony, I keep trying to tell y'all. And these cults, they just use it to groom you out of your life. Not letting you have your happy life. In the cults, they say, oh, we're unlike the animals. We have rules and regulations. No, you don't. I've seen animals. I'll give you my dog as an example. If one is in front of the other, and I call the one from behind, they won't come. Because the one in front of them is to be respected. So I have to get the dog in front to the side and say, listen, stop blocking him, get to the side, because he's not going to come unless you move. And then as soon as I move, the dog, the other one comes through. That's nature. You know what these Book of the Dead folks say? I see your comments, I'll read it when we wrap up. You know what these Books of the Dead people say? Ain't no rules. No rule of nature. No rule anything. That book ain't of rules. That book is of grooming. It's a book on how to groom you out of your life. When this disco is over, you look back, all you can see is how you've been groomed. And now you're scared because you're going someplace you don't know. But if you had lived your life, you'd have known when you're going at the end. But you're in the book of lies. So now, energy and matter coming, you don't got a fucking clue. And you're scared. And finally you realize, too late. Damn, that's a cult. And all they did was groom me to get my money out of me, to control my family, my actions, my thoughts. And let me tell you, there's the executive warden, that orange slime bag that's coming back. You know what he's selling? Bibles. He is selling Bibles. The con man. Now I'm just going to do a little sidetrack because I'm going to talk on this more next week. But don't vote, millennials. Don't put your mind to it. Don't put your thought to it. Don't put anything to it. It is not under your control. I'm going to tell you a situation right now. The executive warden of this penal colony who wants to come back is selling Bibles. And when I first heard it, I laughed. I was like, why is he selling them? Ain't that something? No. He's telling the powers that be that he will give them blood for their wars if they put him in office. Then I just heard of the other old one. See how old they are? You have to be old because you have to connect back to that royal shit. If you're young, you won't be listening to what the royals are telling you. So the other old bitch, he's sending $3 billion over to Ukraine again. That got to be about $25-50 billion so far. Because he's showing the crown that he will give money, not life, if he remains the executive warden of this penal colony. You see? So what does the crown want? We're going to talk about World War II. I think you might comment, what does the crown want? The crown remembers when Britain was totally attacked and almost annihilated. Had they not pulled these junkyard dogs into the war, made them go. Made them take care of Japan. The enforcers is this penal colony, the protectors of the crown. Okay? So who will the crown pick? Your voting does nothing. Not even on the local level. That is also already decided. Who gets in and who doesn't. Oh, thanks for the comments. I'll read them when we wrap up. That's already decided. The voting, they say, is to stop anarchy. Because if y'all didn't vote, y'all would handle them bitches in them Congress, And them senates all over this penal colony and on all these penal states. But the bullshit is, they're telling you your vote makes a difference. I'm telling you, I affirm to you, it does not. The decision is already made. What they want to do is, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I pick this one? Should I pick? And they said, well, the votes came in to help you make your decision, not the deciding factor. I remember when we all voted for health care, for universal health care, free health care, affordable health care. I remember when all of us voted. We ain't got it now. We only had it for. Because that's not where these wardens are directed to spend the money made from this country. As you can see, billions. I remember when my mother, we were small. I think we had a TV by then, so I wasn't that small. Had to be around 8 or 9. And no, it was the radio. She loved listening to the radio. And it, oh, all the children are starving in Africa. They don't have anything to eat. They don't have anything. No, it's TV. And my mother would turn to us and say, y'all better eat this food. People in Africa starving. What food she talking about? The government Spam ham? The government peanut butter that took out many of children's lives? That shit was so thick, if you got it caught on the tongue and the roof of your mouth, it was a wrap. Oh, the government part of the eggs? I didn't know which one my mother wanted us to feel that we was advantaged for. Because I remember the commercials, at least the aid that came through to the starving kids of Africa, they had rice and milk and shit. I ain't seen nobody open a can. That's what they gave us on this penal colony. Can process everything. They said it was what the military was leftovers from World War II or the Korean War. We had leftovers, military leftovers. And we were supposed to think ourselves better than the starving people in Africa. That's the bullshit. And millennial, there's no mission for the gods, no matter which one. There's no mission. The mission is the cults and its government using you. Let me tell y'all really about Jonestown. Those folks were supposed to be killed there. That was the only way this penal colony could have land in South America. What, between Grenada and I can't remember what other South American country. That land with all those bodies laid for days and days and everybody could see. No one in South America touches that land. No one else claims that land but this penal colony. They got it from killing. They got it from allowing the cults to leave the country go in South America, and that's what they're doing. And then they decided to unlife all of them and let their bodies lay there for so long. No one will touch that ground. That is now this penal colony, as they call it, America, land. That's the kind of shit this penal colony does, millennials. And it was in the name of God, the God, and that Bible. And sanctioned by this government. Get your ass off those pews, millennials, as fast as you can. It's just for grooming. It's just for grooming. If there's a higher power that want to tell you something, they don't need to tell you they're sitting on a pew. That's bullshit. Take a walk. You'll get your message. But millennial, that's why I'm trying to say that's the low of this penal colony. And they still letting them do that. I don't understand why any South American country will let any of these cults from this penal colony even enter. I would throw their fucking asses on the first thing smoking back to this country. Let me tell you what they're coming into your country to do. To groom your children, recommend the boys, pedophile all of them, spy on you, disrupt whatever community they're in. They will go, oh, I'm helping. That's the furthest thing from their mind. And that bullshit, Jesus is love, that's grooming. That's why women take ass beating, children, everything. These men is doing everything. And these women ain't lifting a hand to fight back. They're groomed. The men are groomed too. But I tell you, they're groomed differently. When these rectum bandits hit them up, they tell them if you say anything, everybody's going to say you gay. So that man keeps his mouth shut. Grooming. Millennials, please. That's okay. Your mother gonna love you if she gonna love you if she not. But seeing you sit down there to be groomed, used, manipulated, and lied to, when there's so much living you can be doing, so much self-development and self-growth you can be doing. But as long as you sit in that cult, you ain't gonna grow. You ain't gonna be nothing new, because all they believe is dead. And them folks running around in them shirts and ties all over the place, talking about they missionary. They're doomsday preppers. They believe that the earth is already, listen, according to them, earth should have been gone. But it's all behind wanting to be able to fuck more than one woman. They said marry, bullshit. A man who has 10 women is cocksure. Ain't had nothing to do with no God, Jesus, nothing like that. Just for him to be able to put his penis in more than one woman. got them fools on the boat. Guess what their foundation is? Cult leader running away from pedophile charges. He had to stay out in the water to be neutral. But they all up in your country. Tell you God loves you. Jesus loves you. Trash. Lying, trash, and garbage. From the Book of the Dead. European Africans. See them for what they are, so you know how to deal with them. Listen. I know like tigers, lions, cheetahs, they all cat types. But in themselves, they're different. Know these European Africans for who they are? They're warmongers. They're destroyers. They're manipulators. They're liars. They're thieves. Scumbags. And on and on and on and on. But they run this penal colony. But who else would you have to run a penal colony? No decent person would. Ain't no royals on this penal colony that would give this penal colony legitimacy. You see what that Charles Harriet shit came through? I don't know what he's trying to do it for. That's some kind of shit with that. But I won't be here, millennials. Because you see, the royals have never lived on this penal colony. It's not a step up. It's a step down. Well, not too bad in the sweating department. But we did it. Another 40-minute walk, y'all. I'm going to read my comments after I do the weights and stuff. Whew. This is Thursday. That last day. Before the last day. Whew. It can be rough, y'all. Whew. I'm sweating, y'all. And then I go upstairs after I put everything away and I get this downpour. Y'all. Whew. Okay. Oh. Yes. Stay away from the book of manipulation. It's grooming. It's grooming. It's grooming. And it's horrible. It doesn't have any growth to it. If you notice those European Africans, they always wanted the way of wars. They're never going to talk future, better, nothing like that. And they're always going to talk war. That's all they're about. You took the Europeans, the war, the fighting Europeans living in rocks, in huts, fighting each other. Then you had the African warriors coming out of Africa, going into Europe, duking it out with them, winning, and developing and making European Africans. And they don't forget. We're going to talk about World War II next week. That's why I'm not going to get into too much. But it's all about European Africans. You don't know who they are, so you really don't know who the enemy is. But I see them clear, honey. I see them clear. They only want old people in government who have an allegiance to the crown. You young people don't have that allegiance. You have the allegiance to try to make this penal colony a decent country. And that's why they don't want you in there. They're going to bring on an and a 90-year-old man executive warden. All they do is remember that the crown is in charge. And they got the job. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. I got something from Joe Biden. I was like, a letter? The fuck I need a letter for? Oh, to donate to you. What the fuck you donating to me? Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. Millennials, stay out of it. See your life, see your future, because that's what it will become for you. Leave these old ones to go. They'll blow each other up. They'll nuke each other and everything, and they'll be gone. Let me read my comments. Oh, yeah, y'all. Ducky Momo, heck yeah, good job on walking. Thank you so much, Ducky Momo. Who wants smoke? Hey, cutie. Hey, who wants smoke? Oh, you want smoke? You want to take me on the job? I don't know. I don't go to Ethiopia. Ain't that where you scammers are? Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.